Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about my junior school, which was called Moss Hall. I was there up till the age of 9. I loved it. It was a really good school. And I had loads and loads of friends. So the school was, as I said, it was a really massive school. When we used to have lunch breaks and times to play, from the classrooms upstairs all the way downstairs to the canteen and the playground, we used to have around 20-30 stairs. Massive amount of stairs to come down. Obviously, I was using an electric wheelchair. But when I was 7 years old, the Borough of Barnet funded me a specific electric wheelchair just to use at school, which used to go up and down the stairs. It was a really cool wheelchair. It was massive. It's like the ones you see in futuristic movies even now. But obviously it had 12 wheels on each side of the chair, so it was really cool. But obviously, due to safety, it was very slow going up and down the stairs. And again, due to safety, a member of staff had to always be provided to be next to me on all the breaks, lunch breaks, really, coming down, and then going up again when classes would resume. But coming down the stairs and going up the stairs each way takes around 20 minutes. It was like 40 minutes of my 1 hour lunch break already gone. But that was fine. It never used to bother me. It wasn't an issue. I was just happy to come down for 20-25 minutes to see friends and eat lunch. Unfortunately, as much as I didn't have an issue with it, even though it wasn't fair on me, instead the school ended up having a massive issue with it, and they contacted the education authorities, and they insisted that I leave the school and move to a special needs school, which my parents were completely against, because there was never any reason for me to move to a special needs school. I never had any issues with learning or difficulties. I was happy in the school. I had my friends. I never experienced any bullying. But it was a 10-month fight on the part of my parents and the schools, not for them not to be able to force us into a special needs school. But in the end, they did. Their justification was that there wasn't enough resources to help support me in a mainstream school. And so they forced us into a special needs school, which was called Grove Park School in Colindale. It was only myself and another 5 or 6 students in the whole school who didn't have learning difficulties. The rest of the school did. We ended up going back to an education system and a curriculum that I had learned 2 or 3 years prior already in my previous junior school. Unfortunately, in that respect, it wasn't a good experience at all. Educationally, academically, progressively, as a society that's supposed to encourage inclusion and support towards disabled people, all disabled people, especially kids. But instead, we were isolated, excluded, and secluded from the rest of a mainstream society. And I absolutely hated being in that special needs school the first 2 years. Not because there's anything wrong with being disabled. I'm disabled, and I'm very proud of who I am and my disability. It's a big part of who I am. It's not all that I am, but it's a big part of who I am, and it's a big part of what's made me who I am. My disability has given me a different level of awareness. I see things differently than most people do. It's given me a different level of confidence and acceptance towards myself. But the only one good thing that came out of this school are a few of my closest friends who I ended up meeting at this school. One in particular, my best friend. She still is my best friend today. That's a long story, but I'll go into that in another video at another point. But unfortunately, I ended up losing her when I was 18. But she was my best friend. She still is my best friend today. I've never had a friend as good as her before. I probably never will. But that was really the best experience to come out of that school. To end this video, I just really like to say that I still have such a great deal of disappointment towards the educational authorities and how they behaved back in the 90s towards disabled students. It was just completely unacceptable, and instead of actually promoting and encouraging young peers to interact with each other regardless of disability, physically healthy, race, gender, sexuality, instead all they did was segregate and isolate disabled people from the physically healthy group of kids. And 30 years on, and we ask ourselves, why is there so much hate crime? And why is there so much ignorance and lack of awareness and lack of education when it comes to disability? Clearly it's because we weren't encouraged as kids. We weren't taught as kids. It wasn't imposed on us as kids within the educational department to accept and unify all the kids together. But I'll go more into this in my next couple of videos. Please share, like, and subscribe to my channel.